Welcome back, State of Decay 2 survivors. This is Congrex's Prime coming at you with an Undead Lab stream highlights for 2021. New features, outpost upgrades. And yes, this whole stream was just about them talking about the nuances of the new upgrade system to the outpost. And I tell you what, for the most part, it was a great stream. I strongly suggest you guys watch it. There was a lot of cool stuff in there. There's something a little bit emotionally heavy in the front of the stream, which kind of made me sad. And I'm not going to talk about it too much. If you guys want to watch that, you can go to the actual Undead Lab stream that I will have a link to it on the descriptions below. And yes, I am part of the beta test, and I've been partaking in it. I've gotten about 20 something hours into the beta between my stream community and my new community that I've started in the beta for just YouTube only, sort of kind of like video type thing that I normally like to do. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm going to post a picture on the actual video right now, and also have a link to that particular series that I'm gonna start up, and it should be dropping at least once a day, maybe sometimes twice a day. So without further ado, let's go on with what's on the subject at hand. This stream was very front heavy on the outpost functions and features. I'm gonna skim through them real quick and give you guys the synopsis of it. It's basically talking about like their thought process on the actual outpost, but all the options that you're capable of doing in the outpost and in the outposts themselves, like being able to craft, well, not really craft, but actually run up to the outpost and learn a particular skill. For example, if I take a food outpost over, I can upgrade it, and then I can train my survivor to be, let's say, a herbalist, not a herbalist, a gardener, I'm sorry. And then from there, you can actually use influence to skill up your skill all the way up the tree, which I think was a very interesting function. And at first I was like, well, this could be a little OP. But then I thought about the times when I couldn't find a particular skilled character, or a book for that matter, especially in Lethal Zone, since we're tight on finding stuff. And then you run around a whole playthrough for the most part, unless you switch maps, without finding that particular class. So having that function is pretty cool. Also, I did find out that you could, let's say, take an antenna, and now you can actually learn computers on that antenna, because I tell you what, that's one of the books that eludes me the most. I think it eludes a lot of people. That in the mechanics book, you can go to a mechanic shop and do the exact same thing. You use a fuel outpost to be able to learn mechanics, which is awesome, guys, because those are two skills that I struggle with, and now you don't have to. All you got to do is kind of upgrade your outpost, and it's a cool function. I was watching the chat a little bit, and somebody said that this skills and this outpostings makes the game easier. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be front and honest. The game is not easier. I've been playing it, and I'm losing characters left and right, and I've done nakeds and afraids, and I've done all these things with, me not dying, and I find it very difficult and not to die in this new version of the beta. And most of you guys are gonna say, well, why are you dying? Well, a lot of it has to do with the AI issues that I'm firmly gonna address in another video, I promise you guys. And I lost a good 85% of my characters due to AI issues. Not really that the game is harder, because it really isn't. State of Decay, once you figure out the nuances of the combat and what to do and what not to do, it's really not that difficult. You know what I mean? Once you get used to it, it's kind of like riding a bike. You fall at first, you get your balance, and then eventually you learn how to ride the bike like a professional. So it's the same thing with everything else. It's just trial and error. The more you do it, the better you get. Some people are, grasp the concept faster than others, but at the end of the day, we all can get there. We just have to work harder. So enough of that. The game is not harder, but it's not less difficult. So I want to clear that up. That's something I need to clear up. So we're going to talk about a question that was asked to me on stream, and also it was asked to Undead Labs. I had no answer for it until I was able to get an outpost. And the question was, are the outposts ever going to change the look? Which I thought was a good idea. Like, if you upgrade your outpost, wouldn't it be cool if it has, like, I don't know, your flag or your logo or whatever, or maybe even your community's names, like, spade praying across it, or something cool that defines that it's yours and it's different and it's upgraded. So is it ever going to happen? I'm gonna let Undead Labs tell you if it's ever gonna happen, or if it's even been thought of. So without further ado, let me introduce to you one of the game devs.
The Outpost ever change when being upgraded? And currently, no. And the reason is boring and sad is that we are already pushing our streaming limits on these in any of these map areas, and having yet another possibility of a different layout loaded is problematic.
All right, guys, there you have it. I don't think that it's the actual game that's the issue. It's actually the hardware coming from the old generation of consoles that still play this game that's actually holding this game back. If they made it exclusively only for next gen and PC only, we could probably have all these modifications that we want in this game. But the other thing that's also a limiting factor is the funds. Those are things that he didn't cover, and I wanted to make sure that I throw it out there. Another interesting bit of information that was put out in the stream was actually the future changes that may come to the Outpost. And I'm going to let Lucy, one of the newer Undead Labs hirees, talk about what she wants to see, or what it may be implemented in the future for any possible changes that are coming in State of Decay 2.
I'm assuming similar to like when you check survivors into the infirmary for blood plague, like where you designate specific survivors to do specific things, and no, that is not currently what we have. Behind the scenes, that requires like custom UX for each individual case that we have that. So it was deemed a little bit too scope heavy for this initial release, but it's something that we have talked about as maybe.
So there you guys have it, guys. That's pretty much in the scope, in a nutshell, what Undead Labs talked about. I think the importance, the essence of what the stream is covered in this stream. So if you guys don't want to watch the rest of the stream, you don't have to. There were some other things that went off. They were kind of funny. They talk about Taco Tuesday and maybe possibly changing the rucksacks symbol from pizza to tacos, which I thought was hilarious. And you know, they're talking about balancing the game and then needing feedback, and that's something I am going to provide very shortly, my feedback on how to balance. And I will be making a video about that as well, guys. So if you want to stay tuned, I greatly will appreciate if you do. And don't forget to sub, share, and like this video, and leave a comment below with anything that you guys would like to add or see in State of Decay 2 and possibly State of Decay 3. That's all I have for now. Light, love, and peace. Congrexes. Checking out.